Have you ever felt lost? Not lost in a city, but lost in your own life. Do you look at the calendar and wonder where the days went, or what you even did with them? Have you felt a quiet pull towards something, a small voice telling you to change, but you have no idea what to change or how to start? It's a heavy feeling, carrying a question that has no words. This is a quiet space to find a direction. Not a grand life plan, just a focus for this month, a single thing to turn your attention toward. We're gonna make a potion, not a real one with bubbles and smoke, a potion of choices. Each choice you make will tell a story about what you need right now. There are no right or wrong answers. Just your answers. Let's begin. Number 17, what vessel will hold your intent? The average person owns over 10,000 objects. In ancient Rome, some glass was more valuable than gold. Emperor Nero reportedly paid the equivalent of millions for a single glass cup. The kintsugi technique of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer dates back to the 15th century in Japan, viewing breakage and repair as part of an object's history. The oldest known wooden bowl was discovered in Egypt and is over 4,500 years old. The final choice is the vessel. This is how you will contain and integrate the change you're seeking. It's the cup you drink from, the object that holds your intention for the month. It speaks to your approach, your style, and the way you process the world around you. This choice reflects how you want to carry your focus. Will it be with clarity, with groundedness, with a connection to the past, or with simple utility? Your first option is a crystal goblet. This is not about wealth or fancy things. A crystal goblet is about clarity. It's clear. You can see right through it. Choosing this suggests a need for transparency and truth. You want to see things exactly as they are, without distortion. You're tired of confusion and mixed messages, especially from yourself. The delicate nature of crystal also points to a need for care. You're willing to be gentle with this new focus, to handle it with respect because you know it's important. Sound resonates through crystal. A tap on the rim produces a clear, ringing note. This choice might mean you're ready to listen for a clear signal, a single pure truth to guide you. It's for the person who wants to cut through the noise and see the core of the matter. It's about intellectual and emotional honesty. You want no hidden corners or murky depths. You just want to see. Your second option is a clay mug. Think of a mug made by hand. It's a little uneven. You can feel the fingerprints of the maker in the ceramic. It's solid, it's earthy. Choosing the clay mug means you're seeking something real and tangible. You want a focus that you can hold in your hands, something practical and comforting. This isn't about abstract ideas. It's about what works in your day-to-day life. Clay comes from the earth. It is grounding. This choice points to a need to connect with the basics, with your body, with the simple routines that make up a life. A clay mug holds warmth well. It's for soup on a cold day, for coffee in the early morning. It's about nourishment and self-care in a fundamental way. You aren't looking for a lightning bolt of inspiration. You're looking for steady warmth. You want a focus that feels like coming home. Your third option is a wooden chalice. The wood is alive, or it was once. It has a grain, a history written in its rings. To choose the wooden chalice is to choose connection with nature, with growth, and with time. This vessel connects you to ancient things, to forests and seasons. It suggests a desire for a focus that is rooted in wisdom and natural cycles. Wood is strong but also flexible. It's not as brittle as crystal or as heavy as clay. This choice might mean you need a focus that allows for growth and change. You're not looking for a rigid rule, but a living principle to guide you. A wooden chalice is simple, not ostentatious. It points to a need for authenticity and a return to your own nature. It's for the person who feels disconnected from the natural world and from their own instincts. You want a focus that feels timeless and true, something that will endure. Your final option is a chipped tin cup. This might seem like an odd choice. It's not beautiful, it's not elegant, but it's incredibly durable. It's been used, it has stories. A chipped tin cup is about resilience. It has dents and scratches, but it still holds water. Choosing this vessel suggests you're embracing imperfection. You're not trying to be perfect this month. You're just trying to be present and to keep going. This choice is about function over form. It's about practicality and a no-nonsense approach to your life. A tin cup is for a traveler, a worker, someone on a journey. It means you're ready to be on the move, to be adaptable. You're not afraid of getting a few more scratches. You understand that the journey itself will leave its mark, and that's okay. This choice is for the person who is tired of pretending, who is ready to accept their own scars and dents, and who just wants a focus that is tough enough to survive the real world. Take a moment. Which vessel feels right in your hands? The clear crystal, the warm clay, the living wood, or the resilient tin? This choice completes your potion. Number 16. What is the catalyst? A single photon of light takes about 8 minutes to travel from the sun to Earth. The quietest place on Earth, an anechoic chamber at Microsoft's headquarters in Washington, has a background noise level so low you can hear your own heart beating and your bones grinding. The energy released by a single lightning bolt is enough to toast 100,000 slices of bread. The average human whisper is about 30 decibels, while a normal conversation is about 60 decibels. Your potion is almost complete. You have a base, you have a core ingredient, now it needs a catalyst. This is the spark of action. It's the force that activates the other elements and sets your intention in motion. The catalyst you choose reveals the kind of energy you need to invite into your life. Is it quiet and internal? Is it bright and external? Is it sudden and transformative? Or is it something you must seek out yourself? Your first choice of catalyst is a whisper. To choose a whisper is to turn inward. A whisper is intimate. It's meant for one person. This choice suggests that the change you need is a private one. It's not something you need to announce to the world. It's a secret you tell yourself. This catalyst is about intuition, about listening to that quiet voice you've been ignoring. It's the power of gentle suggestion, not of brute force. A whisper doesn't demand, it invites. This might mean your focus for the month should be on journaling, meditation, or simply spending quiet time alone. It's about subtlety. The work that needs to be done is delicate. You're being called to listen more and speak less. The truth you need to hear won't be found in a loud speech or a crowded room. It's already inside you, waiting for you to be quiet enough to hear it. Your second choice is a sunbeam. A sunbeam is pure energy from an external source. It's warmth and light that you don't create, but you can receive. Choosing a sunbeam as your catalyst means you're ready to look outside of yourself for energy and inspiration. You might be feeling depleted, and you need to recharge. This choice points to a need for connection, for opening your curtains and letting the world in. Your focus this month might involve other people. It could mean seeking out friends, mentors, or new experiences that energize you. A sunbeam illuminates. It shows things clearly. You might need to bring a situation out of the shadows and into the light. This is an active, positive energy. It's about growth, visibility, and vitality. You're not meant to do this work alone in the dark. You're being called to step into the sun and let its warmth fuel you. Your third choice is a spark from a flint. A spark is sudden. It's a moment of friction that creates a flash of light and heat. It's unpredictable. To choose a spark is to embrace spontaneity and radical change. You're not looking for a gentle evolution, you're ready for a revolution, even a small one in your own life. This catalyst suggests a need to break a pattern, to do something different, to shake things up. Your focus this month might be on taking a risk, making a bold decision you've been putting off, or starting a new project with a burst of energy. A spark is the beginning of a fire. It's potential. You're being called to create something new, to initiate action. This isn't about quiet reflection, it's about doing. It's about that moment of impact when everything changes. You're ready to strike the flint and see what catches fire. Your final choice is a fallen star. A fallen star, a meteorite, is a messenger from somewhere else entirely. It has traveled an immense distance to reach you. To choose this as your catalyst is to seek wisdom, perspective, and a connection to something larger than yourself. This choice suggests you're feeling stuck in the mundane details of your life and you need a bigger picture. You're looking for meaning, for a sense of wonder. Your focus this month might be on learning. It could be about studying a topic that fascinates you, looking at art, or spending time in nature at night. A fallen star is ancient and mysterious. It connects you to the vastness of the universe. This catalyst is about shifting your perspective so dramatically that your everyday problems seem smaller. You're not just looking for an answer, you're looking for a better question. You're ready to receive a piece of cosmic wisdom. Which force will activate your potion? The private whisper, the energizing sunbeam, the sudden spark, or the mysterious fallen star. This is the action that will bring your intention to life. Number 15. What is the heart of the potion? The oldest living moss specimen was successfully regenerated after being frozen in the Antarctic permafrost for over 1,500 years. Roses are one of the oldest flowers, with fossil evidence dating them back 35 million years. Obsidian, a volcanic glass, was used by Stone Age cultures to create incredibly sharp blades, some of which can be just one molecule, thick at the edge, far sharper than modern surgical scalpels. A single mature oak tree can produce about 10 million acorns in its lifetime, but only a tiny fraction will ever become a tree. Now we add the main ingredient. This is the heart of your potion. It's the substance that defines its purpose. This choice represents the core quality you want to cultivate within yourself this month. It's what you feel is missing or what you wish to strengthen. Are you seeking resilience, love, protection, or strength? Each ingredient has a different energy, a different lesson to offer. Your first choice is a clump of moss. Moss doesn't have deep roots. It clings to surfaces, it thrives in places other plants can't grow, in shadow and dampness. It's incredibly resilient. To choose moss is to seek perseverance and the ability to find nourishment in difficult circumstances. You might be feeling worn out, like you're trying to grow on hard rock. Moss suggests a different way of being strong. It's not about fighting, it's about adapting and enduring. It's a quiet, patient strength. Choosing this ingredient means your focus this month might be on finding your footing, on being patient with yourself, and on recognizing your own resilience. Moss creates its own ecosystem, a soft place in a hard world. You might need to create a similar soft place for yourself. It's a call to be gentle, to be persistent, and to grow quietly without needing a lot of sunlight. Your second choice is a handful of rose petals. The rose is complex, it is beautiful and fragrant, but it also has thorns to protect itself. To choose rose petals is to invite in the energy of love, but not just romantic love. It's about compassion, self-care, and the appreciation of beauty. You might be feeling emotionally closed off or too hard on yourself. The softness of the petals points to a need for gentleness and vulnerability. The fragrance is about savoring the sweet moments in life. This choice suggests your focus this month should be on your heart. This could mean mending relationships, opening yourself up to new connections, or, most importantly, practicing radical self-love. It's about treating yourself with the same care you would offer to someone you cherish. It's also about boundaries, remembering the thorns. It's about learning how to be soft and open while still protecting your energy. Your third choice is a shard of obsidian. Obsidian is not a crystal, it's volcanic glass. It is formed when lava cools very, very quickly. It is truth, it is protection. Because it is glass, it has a reflective surface. To choose obsidian is to seek clarity and the courage to look at your own reflection, to see the truth of a situation, even the parts you don't like. You might be feeling confused, deceived, or vulnerable to negative energy. Obsidian is a protective stone. It's said to create a shield against negativity. This choice means your focus this month is on cutting through illusion. It's about setting firm boundaries and protecting your peace. It might involve having a difficult conversation, ending a situation that is draining you, or simply being brutally honest with yourself. It's a sharp, clean energy. It's not gentle. It's for when you are ready to see the truth, no matter what it is. Your final choice is a single acorn. An acorn is pure potential. Inside that small, tough shell is the blueprint for a giant oak tree. To choose the acorn is to focus on your own potential for growth. You may be feeling small, insignificant, or that your dreams are too far away. The acorn is a reminder that great things have small beginnings. This choice suggests your focus this month should be on planting seeds for the future. It's not about the final tree, it's about the first step. This could mean starting a new class, beginning a long-term project, or making a small change in your habits that will grow over time. The acorn requires patience. An oak tree takes decades, even centuries, to mature. This is a call to trust the process, to nourish your own potential, and to believe in the person you are becoming. It's about focusing on the promise of what's to come and taking the small, vital actions needed to begin. What will be at the center of your potion? The resilient moss, the loving rose petals, the protective obsidian, or the potential-filled acorn? This choice defines the primary work you are called to do. Number 14, what is your potion's base? The water in your body is approximately the same age as the solar system, about 4.5 billion years old. The distinctive smell of rain, known as petrichor, is caused by a chemical compound called geosmin, which is produced by soil-dwelling bacteria. Snow is not white, it's translucent. Its white appearance is the result of diffuse reflection of the entire light spectrum by its small, packed ice crystals. The Amazon River in South America is so vast that it is responsible for discharging about 20% of the Earth's total fresh water into the Atlantic Ocean. Every potion needs a base, a liquid to hold the other ingredients. This choice represents your starting point. It's the emotional landscape you're currently in. It's the foundation upon which you will build your focus for the month. This choice isn't about what you want, but about what is. Acknowledging your starting point is the first step toward any real change. Are you starting from a place of release, of newness, of movement, or of deep emotion? Your first choice of base is rainwater. Rain is a cleansing. It washes the dust from the air and the grime from the streets. To choose rainwater as your base is to acknowledge a need for release. You might be carrying old emotions, regrets, or attachments that feel heavy. You're starting from a place of sadness, perhaps, but it's a productive sadness. It's a sadness that is ready to be washed away. This choice suggests you are in a state of surrender. You're tired of holding on so tightly. You're ready to let the sky open up and let go of what no longer serves you. The work this month begins with this release. You cannot add something new to a cup that is already full. The rainwater is the choice for someone who knows they need to cry it out, to feel the grief or the disappointment fully so they can be clean and ready for what's next. Your second choice is melted snow. Snow covers everything in a blanket of white. It quiets the world, then it melts. And this water is a sign of transition. It is the end of a dormant period and the very first promise of spring. To choose melted snow is to recognize that you are at a turning point. You are emerging from a period of quiet, of rest, or maybe of feeling frozen and stuck. This is the water of new beginnings. It's pure, it's fresh. You're starting from a place of immense potential. The slate has been wiped clean. This choice indicates you are ready to leave hibernation behind and start something new. The energy is still gentle, just a trickle, not a flood. It's a choice for someone who is ready to slowly, carefully step into a new phase of life, nourished by the quiet of the winter they are leaving behind. Your third choice is river water. A river is always in motion. It flows, it changes course. It carries things with it. To choose river water as your base means you are in a state of flux. Life feels like it's moving quickly. Things are changing, whether you want them to or not. Your starting point is one of movement and adaptation. You might be feeling a lack of control, like you're being swept along by the current. But a river also has immense power. This choice is an acknowledgement that you must work with the flow of your life right now, not against it. The focus for your month will be about navigating this current, about steering rather than fighting. It's for the person whose life is in transition and who needs to find their strength, not in standing still, but in moving with purpose. Your final choice is water from a deep well. Well, water comes from deep within the earth. It is filtered through layers of rock and soil. It is cool, dark, and still. To choose this water as your base means your starting point is deep within yourself. You are drawing from your inner reserves, from a place of quiet and hidden emotion. You may be in a period of introspection, feeling things that are not visible on the surface. This is the water of the subconscious, of dreams, of things long buried. This choice suggests you are dealing with fundamental parts of yourself. The work to be done is not about external events, but about your own inner world. You are starting from a place of depth and mystery. It's a choice for the person who knows the answer they seek is not out in the world, but far down in the quiet, still waters of their own soul. Consider where you are right now, honestly. Are you in need of cleansing with rainwater? Are you at a new beginning with melted snow? Are you in constant motion with river water? Or are you looking deep inside with well water? This is your foundation. Number 13, How do you find your focus? The human brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. Intuition is not magic, it is a rapid cognitive process where the brain recognizes patterns from past experiences without conscious awareness. Studies show that people can often make better decisions with less information, a phenomenon known as the less is more effect. The term gut feeling has a biological basis. The gut is lined with a network of neurons so extensive, it's often called the second brain. You have made your choices: a base, an ingredient, a catalyst, and a vessel. Your potion is complete. Now, how do you read it? How do you find your message? This is not a mathematical formula. It's a process of reflection. Go back and read the descriptions of the 4 items you chose. As you read, pay attention to the words and feelings that stand out. Certain themes will echo across your choices. Did you choose the river water, the spark, and the tin cup? The theme of movement, action, and resilience is strong. Your life is in flux, and you're being called to act decisively and embrace the journey. Did you choose well water, a clump of moss, a whisper, and a clay mug? The theme here is quiet, internal, and grounding. The work you need to do is private. It's about finding your strength in quiet persistence and simple, nourishing routines. Did you choose melted snow, an acorn, a sunbeam, and a crystal goblet? This combination points clearly to new beginnings, potential, and seeking external energy with clarity. You are at the start of something new and need to be open, clear, and focused on growth. Look for the pattern. Look for the feeling that connects your 4 choices. Your intuition will guide you. The combination of your choices creates a unique story, a specific instruction for you right now. One of the following chapters will feel like it was written just for you. It will resonate more than the others. That is your focus for this month. Read them all, but you will know which one is yours. It will feel like recognition. Trust that feeling. That is your potion speaking to you. Number 12 is your focus to let go. In 1992, a shipping container carrying 28,000 rubber ducks fell overboard in the Pacific Ocean, and for decades they have been washing up on shores worldwide, helping oceanographers track ocean currents. The average person has about 70,000 thoughts per day, and for many people, a large percentage of these are repetitive. The biological process of pruning sees the brain eliminate weaker synaptic connections in favor of stronger ones, a natural letting go that is crucial for learning and memory. The Library of Congress receives over 15,000 items each workday, but only keeps a fraction for its permanent collection, letting the rest go. This focus is for you if your potion contained elements of cleansing and release. If you chose the rainwater, for example, this is a strong indicator. Perhaps you combined it with the obsidian for cutting ties, or the whisper for releasing private regrets. This is the focus for the person whose cup is too full of old things to accept anything new. Letting go is not a passive act. It is not forgetting. Forgetting is when something slips away without your notice. Letting go is a conscious choice. It is the decision to stop carrying something that has become too heavy. This month, your work is to identify what you are carrying. It could be a past mistake that you replay in your mind. It could be a relationship that ended, but still takes up emotional space. It could be an old version of yourself that you have outgrown but still cling to. It could be an expectation someone else placed on you that you've mistaken for your own. The first step is to name it. You cannot release a faceless burden. Be specific. Write it down. Say it out loud in an empty room. I am letting go of the anger I feel toward that person. I am letting go of the belief that I am not good enough. I am letting go of the need to have a perfect life. The act of naming it takes it from a vague, heavy fog and turns it into a single object. An object can be put down. The second step is to feel it. This is the part people try to skip. You cannot let go of an emotion you refuse to experience. If it's grief, allow yourself to feel the sadness. If it's anger, allow yourself to feel the heat of it in a safe way. Go for a run, punch a pillow, write a furious letter you will never send. Give the emotion a final, honored place. Thank it for what it taught you. Anger may have taught you about your boundaries. Sadness may have taught you about what you value. The third step is the ritual of release. This doesn't have to be elaborate. It's a physical action to signify an internal shift. Write down what you're letting go of on a piece of paper and safely burn it. Watch the smoke carry it away. Or write it on a stone and throw it into a river. letting the current take it. You could do a deep clean of your house, room by room, consciously deciding to let go of physical objects that connect you to the past you're releasing. As you dust, as you sweep, as you declutter, you are physically clearing space. This mirrors the internal clearing you are doing. This month, be gentle with yourself. Letting go can be tiring. It can leave a space that feels empty and strange at first. Your job is not to immediately fill that space. Your job is just to let it be empty. Let it breathe. The focus is not on what comes next. The focus is purely on putting the weight down. That is the entire task, just that, and it is more than enough. Number 11 is your focus on rest. The concept of a weekend did not widely exist until the early 20th century. In many factories, it was common to work 6 or even 7 days a week. Dolphins and whales sleep with only one half of their brain at a time, allowing them to continue breathing and watch for predators. The world record for the longest time without sleep is 11 days and 25 minutes. Held by Randy Gardner in 1964, he experienced significant cognitive and sensory issues. Chronic sleep deprivation can have health effects comparable to those of heavy drinking. This focus is for you if your potion felt quiet and nourishing, if you chose the clump of moss which thrives in the shade, or the clay mug which holds warmth and comfort. Perhaps you combine these with well water from a deep, still place. This focus is for the person who has been running on empty for too long. It is for the one who has mistaken business for worth. Rest is not a weakness. It is not a reward you earn after you have completed all your tasks. It is a fundamental human need, as essential as air and water. Our culture often treats rest as a luxury, or worse, as laziness. This month, your job is to reject that idea. Your focus is to treat rest as a vital practice. This is not just about getting more sleep, although that is likely part of it. It is about finding different kinds of rest. There is physical rest, which is sleep and naps, but there is also mental rest. This means giving your mind a break from problem solving. It could be turning off the news, putting your phone in another room for a few hours, or simply sitting and watching the clouds without trying to figure anything out. There is sensory rest. We are bombarded by noise, light, and information all day. Sensory rest is about finding moments of quiet and stillness. It could be sitting in a dark room with your eyes closed for 5 minutes. It could be using noise-canceling headphones. It is about turning down the volume of the world. There is creative rest. If you have a job or a life that requires you to constantly be producing, solving, or creating, you need to replenish that well. Creative rest is about experiencing beauty without pressure. It's about visiting an art gallery, listening to music, or walking in nature. It's about taking in beauty, not making it. There is emotional rest. This means having the space to express your feelings freely and to cut back on people pleasing. It might mean spending time with that one friend who you don't have to perform for. Or it might mean spending time alone, so you don't have to manage anyone else's emotions. Your task this month is to schedule rest. Put it in your calendar as if it were a doctor's appointment. 1 p.m. sit on a park bench for 15 minutes. 9 p.m. read a book for pleasure, not for self-improvement. Defend this time fiercely. Notice the guilt that comes up. When you choose to rest instead of doing one more thing, your mind might scream at you. You're being lazy. You're falling behind. Your job is to notice that voice and not obey it. Say to it, my focus this month is rest. This is my work right now. Rest is not the absence of activity. It is the presence of restoration. This month, you are not stopping. You are restoring. You are gathering your energy. This is the essential, silent work that makes everything else possible. Number 10 is your focus on grounding. The average adult human body is composed of about 55 to 60% water. The practice of earthing or grounding, which involves direct physical contact with the Earth's surface, has been studied for its potential to reduce inflammation and stress. The Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from solar radiation, is generated by the movement of molten iron in the planet's core. The tallest trees in the world, the coast redwoods, have surprisingly shallow root systems, but they intertwine with the roots of other redwoods, creating a network of support. This focus is for you if your potion contained elements of the earth and stability. The clay mug, the wooden chalice, the clump of moss, the acorn. These choices all point to a need to get out of your head and into your body. This is for the person who feels anxious, scattered, or disconnected from the physical world. It's for when you feel like a balloon with its string cut drifting without direction. Grounding is the practice of anchoring yourself in the present moment in your physical body. When you are lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past, you are ungrounded. Your energy is all in your mind. Grounding brings that energy back down to earth. Your work this month is to practice simple physical grounding techniques. This is not about complex meditation. It is about simple sensory awareness. One of the simplest methods is the 5 to 4, 3 to 2, 1 technique. Wherever you are when you feel anxiety rising, pause. Name 5 things you can see. Look for details, the crack in the ceiling, the way the light hits a leaf. Then, name 4 things you can feel. The texture of your shirt, the solid chair beneath you, the cool air on your skin. Then, 3 things you can hear. A distant bird, the hum of a refrigerator, your own breathing. Then, 2 things you can smell. The coffee on your desk, the scent of rain outside. Finally, 1 thing you can taste. The lingering taste of your toothpaste, or just the neutral taste of your own mouth. This simple exercise forces your brain out of its anxious loop and back into the present reality. Another powerful grounding tool is your feet. Stand up, feel your feet flat on the floor. Really feel them. Feel the pressure on your heels, on the balls of your feet, on your toes. Imagine roots growing down from the soles of your feet, deep into the earth. Feel that connection. Know that you are supported by the entire planet beneath you. You can do this for 30 seconds at a time, anywhere. In a line at the grocery store. Before a difficult meeting, connect with nature. If you can, take your shoes off and stand on grass or dirt or sand for a few minutes. This is not a mystical act. It is a physical one. It's a reminder that you are a biological creature on a living planet. If you can't get outside, bring nature inside. Get a simple houseplant, touch its leaves, water it, focus on its simple, quiet existence, pay attention to food and drink. When you eat, just eat. Don't scroll on your phone or watch TV. Notice the taste, the texture, the temperature of your food. Feel the warmth of a mug in your hands. These are simple acts of being in your body. This month, your focus is on the physical, the tangible, the real. Whenever you find yourself lost in thought, come back to your senses. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? Your body is your anchor in the here and now. Your work is to remember you have one. Number 9 is your focus on connection. The average person will spend about 90,000 hours at work over their lifetime, making workplace relationships incredibly significant. A 75-year-long Harvard study, one of the longest studies on adult life, concluded that strong, positive relationships are the single biggest predictor of health and happiness, more so than wealth or fame. The hormone oxytocin, sometimes called the cuddle hormone, is released during social bonding activities like hugging, and it plays a crucial role in building trust. Loneliness can impact mortality as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. This focus is for you if your potion had a theme of openness and relationship. If you chose the rose petals, which speak of love and compassion, or if you chose the sunbeam, which is about receiving energy from an external source. Perhaps you combined it with a wooden chalice, pointing to a need for natural, growing connections. This is for the person who has been feeling isolated, lonely, or who has been hiding their true self from others. Connection is not about the number of friends you have on social media, it is about the quality of your interactions. It is about being seen and seeing others. It is about feeling like you belong. Your work this month is to intentionally cultivate connection. This can feel daunting if you've been isolated for a while. The key is to start small. First, focus on existing relationships. Is there a friend you haven't spoken to in a while? Send them a text, not a generic "how are you," but something specific. "I saw this and it made me think of you." Or, "Remember that time we did that thing? That was a good day." It opens a door without pressure. The goal isn't a long conversation. It's a small moment of "I see you. I remember you." Second, practice active listening. In your next conversation, make it your goal to listen more than you speak. Don't listen to formulate your reply. Listen to understand. Ask open-ended questions. What was that like for you? Instead of "was it good or bad?" Be curious about the other person's world. People can feel when they are truly being listened to. It is a profound gift. Third, Look for opportunities for low-stakes connection. This is about brief, positive interactions with strangers. Make eye contact and smile at the person who makes your coffee. Thank the bus driver, have a short, pleasant chat with the cashier at the store. These small moments can seem insignificant, but they accumulate. They are threads that weave you back into the fabric of your community. They remind you that you are not alone in the world. Fourth, and this is the most difficult, be vulnerable. Connection cannot happen without some level of vulnerability. This does not mean you have to share your deepest secrets with everyone. It means sharing something real about yourself. If someone asks how you are, instead of the automatic fine, try something a little more honest. I'm a bit tired today, actually. Or, I'm really looking forward to the weekend. This small offering of authenticity gives the other person permission to be real too. That is where true connection begins. This month, your focus is to turn outward. It's about reaching out, even in small ways. It's about being present with others. It's about remembering that we are not meant to navigate this life alone. Every small act of connection is a step away from isolation and toward a sense of belonging. Number 8 is your focus on creativity. The color blue was one of the last colors to have a name in most ancient languages, with many cultures, including the ancient Greeks, having no word for it. Many accomplished artists and scientists, including Albert Einstein, were known to be avid daydreamers. Neuroscience now suggests that mind wandering is a crucial state for creative problem solving. A 2010 study found that office workers who were allowed to decorate their cubicles with plants and pictures were up to 32% more productive than those who were not. The incubation period, where you step away from a problem, is a scientifically recognized part of the creative process. This focus is for you if your potion contained elements of inspiration and creation. Perhaps you chose the spark from a flint, that moment of ignition, or the fallen star, a message of wonder from beyond. Maybe you combined it with the crystal goblet for seeing things in a new, clear way. This is for the person who feels dull, bored, or stuck in a routine. It's for the one whose life has become too predictable. Creativity is not just for artists. It is not about painting a masterpiece or writing a novel. It is a fundamental human way of engaging with the world. It is about problem solving. It is about expression. It is about making something new, even if it's just a new route to work or a new way of arranging your furniture. Your work this month is to invite creativity back into your life. This is not about producing a result. It is about engaging in the process. First, you must consume interesting things. This is the input phase. Creativity doesn't come from a vacuum. It comes from connecting existing ideas in new ways. To do that, you need a stock of ideas. This month, intentionally expose yourself to something new. Listen to a genre of music you've never heard before. Watch a documentary on a topic you know nothing about. Go to a different grocery store. Read a book from a section of the library you always ignore. Your job is to fill your well with new material. Don't judge it, just take it in. Second, give yourself permission to be a beginner. The fear of not being good at something is a huge killer of creativity. This month, try something you know you will be bad at. Try to draw with your non-dominant hand. Try to cook a complicated recipe without caring if it turns out well. The goal is to play, not to achieve. When you remove the pressure of being good, you open up the space to experiment and have fun. Third, schedule time for boredom. We have become experts at filling every spare moment with our phones. Boredom is the soil in which new ideas grow. Schedule 15 minutes a day to do nothing. Just sit and stare out a window, no phone, no TV, no book. Your mind will feel restless at first. It will try to find a problem to solve. Let it wander. This is where unexpected connections are made. This is where your subconscious does its work. Fourth, capture everything. Get a small notebook or use an app on your phone. Write down every idea, no matter how stupid it seems. Overheard snippets of conversation, a strange dream, a question that pops into your head. Don't censor yourself. Most of these ideas will be useless, but some of them will be seeds. The act of capturing them tells your brain that its ideas are valuable. This month, your focus is not on being an artist. It is on being alive to the world around you. It is about seeing with fresh eyes. It is about playing. It is about allowing yourself to be surprised. Your task is to break your own routines and let a little bit of chaos and wonder back into your life. Number 7 is your focus on growth. A lobster's shell does not grow. So as the lobster gets bigger, it must shed its rigid shell and grow a new, larger one. This process, called molting, leaves it vulnerable for a period of time. The human brain is not fully developed until around age 25, with the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and impulse control, being the last part to mature. Bamboo can be one of the fastest growing plants in the world, with some species capable of growing nearly 3 feet in a single 24-hour period. The Stockdale paradox is a concept named after Admiral James Stockdale, who survived years as a prisoner of war. It describes the need to balance realism about present difficulties with an unwavering faith that you will prevail in the end. This focus is for you. If your potion was full of potential and new beginnings, if you chose the acorn, the seed of a great tree, if you chose melted snow, the water of a new season, perhaps you paired it with a sunbeam, the energy for growth. This is for the person who feels stagnant, who knows they are capable of more, and who is ready to take the next step in their personal evolution. Growth is often uncomfortable. It requires stretching beyond what is familiar. It means being a beginner again. It means being willing to fail. This month, your focus is on intentionally seeking out this discomfort, not for its own sake, but for the expansion it brings. Your work this month is to choose one area of your life and commit to learning within it. It does not have to be a monumental task. The key is consistency. First, define your area. Be specific. Learn more is not a plan. Read one non-fiction book about ancient history is a plan. Get better at my job is a wish. Take an online course on a new software relevant to my field is a plan. Be healthier is vague. Learn to cook 3 new healthy meals and go for a 20-minute walk every day is a plan. Choose one specific, achievable goal for the month. Second, embrace the learning curve. You will not be good at it at first. This is guaranteed. You will feel clumsy, foolish, and frustrated. This is the price of admission for growth. Your job is not to be perfect. Your job is to show up. When you make a mistake, do not see it as a failure. See it as data. Okay, that didn't work. What can I try next? This mindset shift from performance to practice is crucial. Third, track your progress. This is not for judgment, but for motivation. Keep a simple log. Day 1 walked for 15 minutes. It was hard. Day 7 walked for 20 minutes. Notice the birds singing. Day 20 walked for 20 minutes. It felt easy. Looking back at where you started is a powerful reminder that small, consistent efforts lead to real change. It makes the growth tangible. Fourth, seek feedback, but wisely. If you are learning a new skill, it can be helpful to get input. But choose your sources carefully. Find a mentor, a teacher, or a trusted friend who can give you constructive criticism, not just praise or negativity. The right feedback is a shortcut to improvement. It helps you see the things you cannot see yourself. This month is about being a student of a new skill, a new subject, a new habit. It is about humility. It is about curiosity. It is about the deliberate process of becoming more than you were yesterday. The discomfort you feel is not a sign that you should stop. It is the feeling of your world getting bigger. Number 6 is your focus on boundaries. The Great Wall of China is not a single continuous wall, but a system of walls, watchtowers, and fortresses built over centuries by different dynasties. In biology, the cell membrane is a perfect example of a healthy boundary. It is semi-permeable, meaning it lets in nutrients and lets out waste, but protects the cell's internal environment from harm. The social convention of personal space varies dramatically between cultures, with some cultures comfortable with close contact and others preferring a much larger distance. The word no is one of the first words that many toddlers learn as they begin to assert their identity as separate individuals from their parents. This focus is for you if your potion contained elements of protection and truth. If you chose the shard of obsidian for cutting through illusion and shielding your energy. If you paired it with the rose petals, which are beautiful but come with thorns for protection. Perhaps you chose the chipped tin cup, a vessel that is resilient and unapologetically itself. This is for the person who feels drained, taken for granted, or resentful. It is for the people pleaser who has forgotten where they end and others begin. Boundaries are not walls you build to keep people out. They are fences you build to define your own property. They are the lines that tell others and yourself what is acceptable and what is not. They are not selfish. They are essential for healthy relationships and self-respect. Your work this month is to practice identifying and enforcing your boundaries. This will feel uncomfortable. It will likely be the hardest work of all. The first step is to identify where your boundaries are being crossed. Think about your life. When do you feel a flash of anger or resentment? This is often a clue. Is it when a coworker dumps extra work on you at the last minute? Is it when a family member makes a critical comment about your life choices? Is it when a friend expects you to be available at all hours? Pay attention to that feeling of being wronged. It is your internal alarm system telling you a boundary has been breached. Write these instances down. The second step is to define the boundary for yourself. You cannot communicate a boundary you have not clarified. For example, I need more respect is vague. I will not continue a conversation with you when you are raising your voice at me is a clear boundary. My friends take advantage of me is a complaint. I am not available to help you move on Saturday because I have set that day aside for my own rest is a boundary. A boundary is a clear statement of what you will or will not do, accept, or tolerate. The third step is to communicate the boundary. This is the scariest part. Use I statements. I feel overwhelmed when you ask me to take on last-minute projects is better than you, are always dumping work on me. State your need simply and calmly. I need at least 24 hours notice for non-urgent tasks. Then, state the consequence. This is not a threat. It is a simple fact of what you will do to protect your boundary. If you ask me at the last minute, I will have to say no. The fourth step is the most important. You must hold the boundary. People will test it. They are used to you operating in the old way. When you say no, they might push back. They might get angry. They might try to make you feel guilty. Your job is to hold firm. It is not your responsibility to manage their reaction to your boundary. Your responsibility is to yourself. Every time you hold a boundary, you are teaching people how to treat you. More importantly, you are teaching yourself that you are worthy of that treatment. This month will be challenging. Start small. Practice saying no to a low-stakes request. Practice ending a conversation that is draining you. Every time you do it, it will get a tiny bit easier. You are not being mean, you are being clear. And clarity is a kindness to everyone, especially to yourself. Number 5 is your focus on power. The mitochondria in our cells, which generate most of our body's energy, are thought to have originated as separate bacteria that entered into a symbiotic relationship with our ancient single-celled ancestors. The locus of control is a psychological concept describing the degree to which people believe they have control over the outcome of events in their lives as opposed to external forces beyond their control. The Hoover Dam, completed in 1936, generates on average about 4 terawatt-hours of hydroelectric power each year, enough to serve 1.3 million people. The act of making a choice, even a small one, has been shown to increase a person's sense of agency and well-being. This is a subtle but important focus, and it is for you if your potion had a theme of action and intention. If you chose the spark, the initiator of fire. If you chose the river water, a force of nature that carves its own path. Perhaps you chose the chipped tin cup, a vessel that is defined by its utility and strength, not its beauty. This is for the person who feels passive in their own life, like a passenger in a car driven by someone else. It's for the one who has been waiting for permission to act. Personal power is not about controlling others. It is about having agency in your own life. It is the deep, quiet knowledge that you are the author of your own story. It is the shift from things happen to me to I make things happen. Your work this month is to reclaim your sense of personal power. This is done through small, deliberate acts of choice. First, identify the areas where you feel powerless. Is it in your finances, in your health, in your career, in a specific relationship? Or be honest. Where in your life have you given your power away? Where have you adopted a victim mentality? Acknowledging, this is not about blaming yourself. It is about identifying the starting point. Second, focus on your circle of influence. There are many things in the world you cannot control. The weather, the economy, what other people think. Worrying about these things is a waste of your energy. Then there is your circle of influence. These are the things you can directly affect: your choices, your actions, your responses, your effort. This month, consciously withdraw your energy from your circle of concern and pour it all into your circle of influence. If you are worried about your health, you cannot control your genetics, but you can control what you eat for lunch today. You can control whether you go for a walk. Focus only on that. Third, make a decision. Indecision is a massive drain of personal power. It keeps you in a state of limbo. This month, pick one decision you have been procrastinating on and make it. It doesn't have to be a huge life decision. It could be deciding what to do with that pile of clutter in the corner. It could be deciding to finally cancel a subscription you don't use. The act of making the choice and then acting on it is a powerful affirmation of your agency. It doesn't even have to be the perfect choice. A good decision made now is better than a perfect decision made never. Fourth, keep your promises to yourself. This is perhaps the most important practice. When you tell yourself you are going to do something and then you do it, you build self-trust. This is the foundation of personal power. Start incredibly small. I will drink a glass of water when I wake up. Then do it. I will put my coat away instead of throwing it on a chair. Then do it. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you are casting a vote for the belief that you are someone who can be counted on. You are proving to yourself that your intentions matter and your actions have an effect. This month is not about grand gestures. It is about the quiet accumulation of small choices. It is about taking responsibility for your own small corner of the world. With each choice you make, with each promise you keep, you are taking back the pen. You are remembering that you are the one writing your life. Number 4, what if you feel no connection? The psychological phenomenon of alexithymia is a condition characterized by a difficulty in identifying and describing one's own emotions. In the vast emptiness of space, the average temperature is about 2.7 Kelvin, which is minus 455 degrees Fahrenheit, just a few degrees above absolute zero. Sensory deprivation tanks, which block out all external light, sound, and gravity, were first used in 1954 by neuroscientist John C. Lilly to study the origins of consciousness. The Okigahara forest in Japan is famous for its dense trees that block out wind, making it eerily quiet and still inside. Perhaps you have read through all the choices and all the focuses, and none of them feel right. You feel a blankness, a neutrality. You don't feel a strong pull toward rest, or connection, or growth. You feel nothing. This is a valid state. It is not a failure. This feeling of numbness or disconnection is itself a message. It is your potion telling you that you are too far away from yourself to even know what you need. If this is you, your focus for the month is simply to return to your body. That is the entire task. Before you can know what you want or what you need to do, you must first re-establish the most basic connection, the one between your mind and your physical self. Numbness is a sign that this connection has been severed, usually as a protective mechanism against stress, burnout, or pain. Your work this month is not to figure out your life's purpose. It is to feel the sensation of warm water on your hands when you do the dishes. It is to notice the feeling of your feet on the pavement when you walk. It is to pay attention to the taste of your morning coffee. Your task is to engage in simple sensory experiences without judgment. Take a shower and consciously notice the temperature of the water, the smell of the soap, the texture of the towel. Eat a piece of fruit and pay attention to its sweetness, its juiciness, the sound it makes when you bite into it. Go outside and just observe. Find a single tree and look at it for 5 minutes. Notice the pattern of its bark. Notice the shape of its leaves. Notice how the wind moves through its branches. You don't need to feel a grand sense of awe or connection to nature. You just need to observe. The goal is simply to direct your attention to something real and outside of your head. Listen to a piece of music, preferably instrumental. Close your eyes. Don't try to analyze it or decide if you like it. Just notice the vibrations. Notice how the high notes feel versus the low notes. Notice the silence between the sounds. This work is subtle. It may feel pointless. You may think, how is noticing the texture of my socks going to help me solve my problems? It helps because it is the first step. It is rebuilding a bridge. You are gently reintroducing your mind to the physical world. You are practicing the fundamental skill of being present. Do not force yourself to feel anything. If you eat the fruit and feel nothing, that's okay. The practice is in the paying attention, not in the outcome. The goal is not to feel happy or peaceful. The goal is to feel anything at all. This month, your focus is to be an anchor. Drop anchor in the physical world, in the present moment, over and over again. Your only job is to inhabit your own skin. Everything else can wait. This quiet, patient work of returning to your senses is the most important foundation you can build. Number 3, how does this change anything? The placebo effect is a well-documented phenomenon where a patient's belief in a treatment can cause real physiological changes, even if the treatment is inert. The observer effect in quantum physics suggests that the mere act of observing a particle can change its state. The practice of keeping a gratitude journal, which involves regularly writing down things one is thankful for, has been scientifically shown to improve long-term well-being and happiness. The Hawthorne effect is a type of reactivity in which individuals modify an aspect of their behavior in response to their awareness of being observed. You have made your potion, you have identified your focus. You might be thinking, this is just a game. How can choosing a few imaginary ingredients and reading a chapter actually change my month? It changes things because you have set an intention. The human mind is a powerful and chaotic place. On any given day, it is pulled in 100 different directions by responsibilities, worries, desires, and distractions. Without a focus, your energy is scattered. You react to whatever is loudest in the moment. You drift. By choosing a focus, whether it is rest or boundaries or growth, you have given your mind a theme. You have provided a lens through which to see your world for the next 30 days. This is not magic. It is the science of attention. What you pay attention to grows. If your focus is connection, you will start to notice opportunities for connection that you were blind to before. You will see the lonely coworker, the quiet neighbor, the old friend you could call. These opportunities were always there, but now your brain is primed to see them. If your focus is grounding, you will suddenly become aware of how much time you spend lost in anxious thought. You will notice the feeling of the solid earth beneath your feet. The awareness itself is the change. The act of naming your intention is powerful. It's like telling your brain, this is what we are looking for this month. It's your brain, which is a pattern matching machine, will start to work for you. It will filter your reality, highlighting things that are relevant to your focus. This is not about adding a dozen new tasks to your to-do list. It is about bringing a specific quality of attention to the life you are already living. If your focus is creativity, you don't necessarily have to start painting. You can simply approach your existing work with a more creative mindset. How could I do this differently? What if I tried a new approach to this problem? The potion is a tool for self-reflection. The choices you made came from a part of you that knows what it needs. You didn't choose the acorn by accident. You didn't choose the rainwater at random. Some part of your intuition guided you to the symbols that resonate with your current state. By articulating a focus, you are simply bringing that subconscious need into your conscious awareness. So how does it change things? It gives you a direction, a compass point for 1 month. It simplifies your life by giving you one main theme to return to. When you feel lost or overwhelmed, you can ask yourself a simple question: what would help me with my focus on rest right now? The answer is usually simple. Put down the phone, make a cup of tea, say no to that extra commitment. This is not a life sentence. It is an experiment for 1 month. A single focus. See what happens when you give your attention a purpose. See what happens when you decide, just for a little while, what you are going to look for in your own life. Number 2, what happens next month? The moon's phases repeat in a cycle that lasts approximately 29.5 days, a period known as a synodic month. Many ancient cultures, from the Babylonians to the Mayans, created sophisticated calendars based on these lunar cycles. The human body is in a constant state of renewal, for instance. Your skin replaces itself about once a month, and your red blood cells are replaced approximately every 120 days. The tradition of making New Year's resolutions dates back some 4,000 years to the ancient Babylonians who made promises to their gods at the start of each year. A month will pass. You will have held your focus, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. You will have practiced and failed and tried again, and then the calendar will turn. What then? The end of the month is a time for gentle reflection, not for grading yourself. The question is not, did I perfectly achieve my focus? The question is, what did I learn? Perhaps your focus was on boundaries and you managed to say no one time. That one time is not a failure. It is a monumental victory. What did you learn from that experience? How did it feel? What made it possible? Perhaps your focus was on rest and you found it incredibly difficult. You noticed a deep-seated guilt every time you tried to slow down. That is not a failure. That is a profound discovery. You have learned something crucial about your own internal programming. That knowledge is the real prize. The purpose of a monthly focus is not to permanently fix an area of your life in 30 days. That is impossible. The purpose is to bring a concentrated dose of awareness to one part of your experience. It is to run a small experiment. At the end of the month, take a few minutes. You can write it down or just think it over. Ask yourself, what was the hardest part about this focus? What was the easiest part? Was there a moment when I felt a real shift? What surprised me? What do I want to carry forward from this focus, even in a small way? The answers to these questions will inform what you do next. You might find that 1 month of focusing on grounding was exactly what you needed, and now you feel ready to tackle something more active. Or you might realize that rest is a much deeper need than you thought, and you want to continue with that theme for another month, but perhaps with a different approach. You can come back and make another potion. Your choices will likely be different. The person choosing the ingredients next month will not be the same person who is choosing them today. You will have learned something. Your starting point, your emotional base will have shifted. This is a cyclical process, not a linear one. Life is not a series of problems to be solved once and for all. It is a series of seasons. There will be times for growth and times for rest, times for connection and times for solitude, times for letting go and times for building up. The potion and the focus are simply tools to help you ask a better question. What season am I in right now, and what does this season require of me? There is no endpoint, there is no graduation, there is only the practice of listening to yourself. The practice of setting a gentle intention, and the practice of beginning again, month after month, with a little more wisdom than you had before. Number 1, what is the point of all this? The oldest known story is the Epic of Gilgamesh, written on clay tablets in Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago. It is a story about a king's quest for meaning in the face of mortality. The Japanese have a concept called ikigai, which translates roughly to a reason for being, representing the intersection of what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, developed a therapeutic approach called logotherapy, which is based on the idea that the primary human drive is not pleasure, but the pursuit of what we find meaningful. On average, a human life is about 4,000 weeks long. Why make a potion? Why choose a focus? Why engage in this quiet internal work when the world outside is so loud, so demanding, so full of real, tangible problems? Because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your attention. Your life is what you pay attention to. If you pay attention to fear, your life will be fearful. If you pay attention to resentment, your life will be resentful. If you pay attention to beauty and connection and small moments of grace, your life will be filled with those things. This is not about ignoring the problems of the world. It is about building the internal fortitude to face them. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot offer strength to others if you are not grounded in your own. You cannot bring peace to a situation if you are at war with yourself. The work you do on yourself is not selfish. It is the most fundamental contribution you can make to the world. A person who is rested is less reactive. A person with healthy boundaries is less likely to create resentment and conflict. A person who is connected to their creativity is more likely to find innovative solutions to problems. A person who feels a sense of personal power is more likely to take action to help others. This practice of choosing a monthly focus is a way of taking your own well-being seriously. It is a way of saying that your inner life matters. It is a quiet rebellion against a culture that tells you to always be productive, to always be consuming, to always be looking outside of yourself for the next solution, the next distraction, the next thing to want. This is a turning inward. It is a process of remembering who you are and what you need, underneath all the noise. The potion is just a story you tell yourself to access your own intuition. The focus is just a container for your attention. The point is not to become a perfect, enlightened being. The point is to become a little more awake, a little more intentional, a little more honest with yourself. The point is to live your life on purpose, even if that purpose is just for this month, and even if that purpose is something as simple and profound as learning to rest. Your life is happening now, in this month, in this week, in this single, ordinary day. The question is, what are you going to pay attention to?